starting SharePoint admin training, and this training will have the different things. And first we will learn about the roles in current job market. What is the role of SharePoint in the job market? And, who can learn this? SharePoint admins, SharePoint developers, SharePoint mobile developers, and SharePoint K2 developers, SharePoint users, and SharePoint BS. Someone has to mute their audio. We are hearing the background noise. Okay. So there are different categories of the jobs in SharePoint. So we will get the jobs in admin area, developers area, and SharePoint mobile development, and K2 developers, and SharePoint users, and SharePoint BS. So you will get the jobs in these different areas in SharePoint. And give me 1 minute, let me mute. Okay, great. And then duration of learning the SharePoint. There are different courses in SharePoint, and for each course we will go with the full training duration, as well as we will provide the project work also. So for admin it will take 16 hours for training and 6 hours for project work, and for the developers it will take 24 hours of training and 10 hours project work. And for SharePoint users, 12 hours training and 4 hours project work. And same thing. And for BS, 16 hours training and 4 hours. And for SharePoint K2 developers, 10 hours training and 4 hours project work. And this is purely job-oriented training, and we will provide the environment to practice. We will provide the assignments after each and every session. We will provide the project assignment as well after some sessions, along with the regular assignments. And after all the sessions, you will get hands-on experience, and you should be able to start working on this once you are done with all the steps. And we'll help you in resume preparation, interview preparation, and once you get the job, we will provide the job support as well. And now we will start with the history of SharePoint, and then we will learn the website basics, and we will work on the SharePoint. So okay, history of SharePoint. There are different types of the applications we should be able to create using the SharePoint, and those applications and websites are the intranet, internet, and extranet. We will discuss more what is intranet, what is internet, and what is the extranet. But most of you accessing the websites in your daily environment. So intranet sites are the sites which is accessible by only that organization. And internet sites in your daily environment, you are working and accessing the different websites, and those all websites are the internet websites. And for example, google.com, bankofamerica.com, and all your local portals, and all those sites are the internet sites. And extra, this is the SharePoint specific term, which we will discuss more in the. And SharePoint started in 2000. In the year 2000, Microsoft released SharePoint, and Microsoft released it with the two different softwares like WSS, Windows SharePoint Services, and out-of-box functionality. With out-of-box functionality. So initially, people started using the SharePoint for sharing their folders, documents, and then we released one more version in the year 2003, and that one is having the some little more functionality what the first version of the SharePoint is having, and then still people are using this for the document repositories and sharing purpose. In the year 2007, Microsoft released one more version of the SharePoint with two different softwares like Windows SharePoint Services 3.0, that is the extension to the previous version, and the new one, Microsoft Office SharePoint Server, March 2007. With this, people should be able to create these sites, and there is jobs for the out-of-box functionality and SharePoint development, also the SharePoint admin. So from the year 2007, people started using SharePoint for their intranet portals as well as the internet websites. And we are having the different jobs like out-of-box functionality jobs and SharePoint development jobs and SharePoint admin jobs in the year 2007. And after that, Microsoft released one more version in the year 2010, and that version is having the mobile apps, introduction to the mobile apps functionality. So all the SharePoint applications are targeted to the mobile as well, along with the web. So here we got the different jobs in 2010 in SharePoint, like out-of-box functionality and SharePoint development and mobile application developers and SharePoint admins, SharePoint K2s and SharePoint BAs. So we got all these different types of the jobs from the year 2010, and after that Microsoft released one more version in the year 2013, and they introduced the cloud. Here Microsoft did a big change. So far, big level clients and medium level clients used the SharePoint till 2013, but once they released the 2013 version, they released the cloud technology, Azure with Office 365, and this makes the small organizations to host their websites in the Microsoft server environment. And Microsoft grabbed the business of small organizations as well, along with the big level and the medium level organizations. And there are many jobs for the out-of-box functionality in the year 2013, because most of the people don't want to do the coding, and they should be able to create the sites in out-of-box functionality. Using the out-of-box functionality, we will discuss more what is out-of-box functionality, don't worry about that. But out-of-box functionality will not need any coding background and any technical background. And then SharePoint development need some background of the development, and if you are not having the background, we will go through that as well, so don't worry on that part as well. And SharePoint admin will not need any background of the any programming background and technical background. And SharePoint K2 is the development, so just like SharePoint development, it needs some background. The SharePoint BAs also, they don't have to have any programming skills, in order to learn the BS and work on the BA portion as well. And this is the history of the SharePoint. Microsoft is going to release one more version in the year 2016, and it's having some more features. We will update you once we get that version from Microsoft. And now we will discuss about some basics of the websites. Okay. Examples of the websites: bankofamerica.com, google.com, chase.com, and all other websites which you are using in your daily environment, even Amazon. All those are the websites, and all those websites will have header, and they may have or may not have top navigation, and they may have or may not have left navigation, but all sites will have content area and footer. Header, content area, and footer, and top navigation and left navigation is depend on the requirement. So if they are having the requirement to have the top navigation, they will have that, but all the sites will have these 5 different parts. Like every site will have the header where they will have the company logo, and the top navigation where you will see the different links of their business or something else, and left navigation also will have all the departmental related information. Whatever we want to have, we should be able to keep that, so there is no restriction on it. And the content area, in the content area we will have the main content and then footer. So initially we will start learning the out-of-box functionality in our sessions. After that we will move to the next admin role parts. So, and then once we are done with the admin, we will start the customized one. Like customized site means development, SharePoint development. We will use the SharePoint development in order to create the customized sites. And out-of-box sites. Why companies use no-code solutions? This is because if we use the out-of-box functionality sites means the sites which we will create using the SharePoint technology. And for that, no need to have any background. We should be able to do that. And we will learn it how to do that. And it will not have any coding. And if we are not having any coding, then there is no need to have the support once we develop the site. So that is the reason most of the organizations, big level organizations, medium level organizations, and small level organizations wanted to have the sites with no code. So that functionality is there in SharePoint. And initially, to begin with, we'll start working on the out-of-box functionality. And we will learn the header, top navigation, left navigation, middle frame, and all those things one by one now. So we will do that. First, we will go to the header part. And in SharePoint, how the headers will look like and all those things we will discuss here. So just give me 1 minute, let me get the website. Okay, great. The out-of-box SharePoint site will look like, I will show you the site here. Give me 1 minute. I'll let it open. I think Sindhu joined now. I'm opening the site. Sign in. And here you are seeing one thing. I clicked on sign in. That is because this site is the internal site. And that is the reason all internet site needs the credentials. Means intranet site of our company. We are having the internet site also. It will not ask you any credentials, just like the other websites. It will work the same way. So I will show you that one as well. publicsharepoint.com. This is the internet site. And see, it has not asked anything. So immediately, just like the other website, once we request the URL, you got the site. And no need to worry about this one. We will discuss that later. And today we are going to work on this. The basic typical SharePoint site will look like this. And here we are discussing about the header part. And in this website, out-of-box functionality site will look like this, and you should be able to change the look and feel of that site anytime. There is option to do that. You should be able to change the look and feel anytime, but we will learn that one by one, so don't worry on anything. This is the header part where you are having the logo here, and this logo you should be able to change easily in SharePoint. And in order to change the logo, you have to go to the gear button here. Give me 1 minute. Let me enable the pointer so that you should be able to see that clearly wherever I'm moving the mouse. Good, I got the pointer now. So this is the header portion. In the header portion, you got the logo here. And in order to change the logo of the header in SharePoint, it's very simple. We will go to this gear button and click on the gear button. We will call it as site actions and site settings. In the site settings, you will have the look and feel section, and there title, description, and logo. Title, description, and logo. See here, this is coming from this URL. So if you change that, then you should be able to get the other image there. So give me 1 minute. Let me copy that one first, so that I will keep the same once I'm done with this one. So I will copy this to some notepad URL. And I will change that one. So you should be able to get that header image from your computer or from the SharePoint. So for now, I will say from computer and browse, and I will go to the I will get some image from my computer. So pictures, sample pictures, and you should be able to get anything. Okay, I will select this one and click OK. See here, it's changing here first, and once you click on OK, then it will change in the SharePoint site as well. See, it's changed here, and if you go to any page, you will see the same. If you go to any page within the site, then you will see the same header here. So let me note it down all these points in document, so that I will provide you the document and this website also for the practice. So just give me 1 minute. Let me open the Word document. Okay, great. So header. In order to go to change the header, I went to the site actions. That is the gear button. And then site settings. And under the look and feel section, click on title, logo, and description, and link, and change the logo. Click OK. Click OK. So that is what we did here. Let me open the site again. That is what we did here. So in order to change this logo, we went to the gear button, site actions, site settings, and underneath the look and feel section, we clicked on the title, description, and the logo. And we changed the logo. So let me put it back, the one which is there earlier. This is coming from the SharePoint. So For now, I'm just copying this URL, but you should be able to get by clicking on this link as well. That we will learn in the future classes. So just click OK, so that logo will change. So it's changed back to the existing one. And this is regarding the header. And now we will discuss about the top navigation. Top navigation. In SharePoint, this is the top navigation. The highlighted portion is the top navigation. And you should be able to add and delete the links in the top navigation. And you should be able to link to any page within the site or outside the site. So you should be able to have the link for the google.com and bankofamerica.com also in your top navigation. So in order to change the top navigation, you are having the option here like edit links here. And if you click on that one, then it will give the option if you want to delete anything existing, then you should be able to click on this one simply. See, I'm closing a few links here. And then click save, it's simple. And I'm having only these links now. And if you want to add new link, then again click on the edit links. And here you are having the plus link symbol. There you should be able to do that. And click on the link. And if I want the link to the Google, I will say Google site. And here I will have the URL, http google.com. Before going to click on OK, you should be able to try the link just by clicking on the try link so that it will open the website to which it will redirect. And once you check that, you should be able to click on OK. And the Google site link is in here. And if you want to move this link to the first position, you should be able to do that just by dragging and dropping the link. See here. See, it's in first place now. So just click on the save once you're done with your changes. And that's it. You got the link here, Google site. And if you click on that, then it will go to the Google site. So it's that simple. And next one is the left navigation. Left navigation means, see here my mouse cursor. All these links comes under the left navigation portion. So you should be able to change this, add, delete, update anytime. You should be able to do that. So in order to do that, same thing. Here also you will have the edit links at the bottom. Just click on that one. And if you want to delete something, then just click delete. Site page, logos must watch, survey, adding link, you can anything recent. Okay. So I deleted a few links in there, and I'm clicking on save. And those changes will be updated once you click on the save. And then click on the edit links and add the new ones if you want, just by clicking on the link here, and add anything like Bank of America site. You should be able to have the links within your website as well to the pages and HTTP. So far we haven't worked on the pages. That is the reason I am giving the examples of the external websites. Fomdica.com. You should be able to have bankofamerica.com in here, and you should be able to try that before going to add that, and then click OK, and you should be able to move that link to any position just by doing the drag and drop, and click on save. See, Bank of America link is there at the bottom, and you should be able to move that position as well. So this is how you have to change the left navigation. And one of the beauty of the SharePoint is the everywhere. When I say out of box, then you will see the same settings in any environment, whether it may be the big level company, medium level company, small level company, you will see the same thing. So you will not have any confusion on that. So don't worry on it. And now we will go to the next topic. Left navigation and middle frame. Middle frame. What is the middle frame? Here the white portion, white area is the middle frame. So if you click on some page here, there is some content in the middle page. There is some content in the middle page. So every page will have its own content in the middle page, middle frame, we can say. And we will learn how to add the content in the middle frame. And but as of now, if you know what is the middle frame and what all the things middle frame will have, then it would be good. Most of the times this middle frame will have the text content. We'll have the text content. I will answer all your questions. Someone asking the questions in the chat. Please tell me, is there any settings for this? There is no settings, Sindhu. So if you are having any questions, we will discuss that. I will give you the, once I'm done with this topic, then I will give you some time so that you should be able to ask me. So in the middle frame, we'll have the text content, and the text content with links, and you should be able to have the pictures or images, and you should be able to have the text content with pictures, and you should be able to have the videos, and all these things comes under the text content. And just like the regular websites, you should be able to have any type of the text content in here. And that is regarding the middle frame. We will discuss more in the future classes on how to add the content in the middle frame. And now we will go to the next section. Footer. So next section is the footer. So almost all sites will have the footer, where they will have their privacy terms in the footer and copyright information. So we should be able to have the footer also in the SharePoint site at the end of the page, each page. And we will discuss more in the future classes on how to add the footer as well. And now I will go to the next topic. And give me 1 minute. Okay. Now here we will start working on the SharePoint content management. And in SharePoint content management, I have to give you some background. And SharePoint content management. SharePoint content management. And SharePoint content management means we will have the different lists, libraries in SharePoint site, and we will learn about all those lists and libraries. What is list and what is library? What is list? This is the SharePoint term. SharePoint list is the SharePoint term, and it looks like database table where we will have columns and rows. Where you will have the columns and rows. All SharePoints, there are different types of the lists. There are different types of the SharePoint lists, which we will work on, and we will come to know why all those lists are there and what is the use of those lists. And then we will go to the library. So first we will talk about the lists. And by default, every SharePoint site will have the lists and libraries both. And in order to see that, we have to navigate in SharePoint site towards site actions. Hit the gear button. Site actions. Gear button, or simply I will just say star. And site contents. Click on site contents. You will see all the lists and libraries. I'm going there now. So I'm going to the SharePoint site, and I'm going to the SharePoint site actions, means the gear button, and site contents. See, lists, libraries, and other apps. So here apps means lists and libraries only. we're talking about the lists here. So we will work on one by one. Great. This is how to navigate to the lists and libraries area in SharePoint. And we will work on the contacts list. Contacts list. Contact list. We'll use the contact list to have the information of the customers, users, or whoever we want to keep. So we should be able to have the first name, last name, email address, phone numbers, and address, street address, and all those things in the contact list. And contact list will look like this. And in SharePoint, in order to work with the contact list, you know how to go to the lists and libraries areas. We have to go there, and we will work on the contacts list here. Contacts list. And as usual, we will go to the site actions, means the care button, and site contents, and to see the existing contacts list, check for the contacts list in there, and I'm going there. First we will see the existing ones, after that we will create the new one. So now we are here, site actions and site contents. So we are here, and we will see if there is any existing contact lists are in here. So see here, contact, contact, contact. All these are the existing contact lists. Okay. All those are the existing contact lists. So if you want to see any list, then just click on that one. Then see here, last name, first name, company, and they added some information here. And same way you should be able to check the other contacts list as well. Contact 1, there are 8 items are there. See, 8 items are there in that contact list. So if I click on that one, we should be able to see all the 8 items in here. And this is how you have to see the contact list. And you should be able to create your own contact list. In order to create the contact list, you have to go to the same place, site actions, site contents, and then you have to click on add an app and select contacts and fill the form and OK. So that you will create the contact list. We will do that now. So I'm going to the SharePoint site in here, and site actions, site contents, and add an app. And these all are the available apps which you should be able to create, and you should be able to see the contacts also in there. See here, contacts is there. So just click on contacts and name it. I will name contact, and today's date 10/04, not date. I will just have the context employees. There is employee context. Employee context. Create. Click create. So I think I have to form and click create. Click create. And you created the contact list. In order to see the context, you have to go to the site contents, and you will have all your created ones and existing ones in the same area, site contents. In order to go there, site actions and site contents, and employee context, the one which we created now is the employee context. Where is that employee context? See here, new employee context is there. Just click on that one, and by default you will get the columns here. You have to add the rows, and in order to add the rows, just click on the new item here. This is one way, and another way, just click on these items and new item. New item. So there are two ways to add the to fill the list. Just click on the new item here, or just by going to the items and new item. So first I will click on the new item to add the first contact, and I will have the Jyoti, and email address test@test.com, and company some blah blah, and you should be able to have the job title and all those things. If you want, you should be able to fill. But here, if you fill this required field, then you should be able to click on save. So there is only one required field. If you want to add the information in all other required fields, it's okay, but it's not mandatory. So fax number, address, and city. City, you should be able to say Minneapolis, and state MN. So like that, you should be able to add the information and just click on save. So that see here, and I think you are wondering about one thing. Once I click on new item, I am seeing a whole bunch of the columns in there, but here I am seeing only few. We will discuss about that. So if you add the content in all those columns, it will not go anywhere. It will be in SharePoint, but we should be able to manage on how many number of columns we will display to the people, and we should be able to filter the columns based on the text as well. All those things we will discuss. But first we will discuss all the different types of the list, and then we will discuss about how to display only few columns from your contacts or from other types of the list, and how to filter the list, rows and columns, how to filter all those things we will learn. So this is about the employee contact, and I will fill one more contact by clicking on items and new item here. And Kritika, this is just test, please don't mind. Kritika and email test2 at test2.com, and this is test, and you should be able to have anything here. So you should be able to fill the information and just click on save. See here, I got 2 contacts in here. Like that, I should be able to create another one. And I will show you. If you want to see all these columns, we should be able to do that. So if I didn't fill this one, then we're not able to click on save. See, you can't leave this blank. You should be able to have the information, some info in there. And click on save, then that's it. So you will get that issue only with the mandatory required fields. And we should be able to create our own columns, and we should be able to create our own list from scratch. So we will do that, but first we will learn all the existing list, and then we will create our own custom list. So this is how we have to work with the context list. I will give you the same site URL, and you should be able to practice all these things once we are done with this session. We will provide the training material and practical environment and assignment, so that you should be able to work on all those things. You will feel comfortable once you do that immediately after the class and before we are going to start the another class. And this is regarding the contact list. And now we will go to the next list, links list. You can use the links list to post the hyperlinks to the web pages of interest to your team. So we will use the link list only for the hyperlinks. Only for the hyperlinks. So just give me 1 minute. I will show you how to do that. Just go to the SharePoint and same thing. Go to the site actions, site contents, and all the lists and libraries are there only. And please check if there is any available links lists are there. Link list is there with 2 items. And I think all link lists having 2. So just click on one. See here, they are having the hyperlinks here. To some user created this. So I'm giving the access to all these students. So someone created this. And instead of this link, you should be able to have the description also here. So once we click on that one, so they will redirect to this link. So this one also do the same, but instead of having the link, if you are having some descriptive text, then it would be nice. Yahoo.com is taking us to Yahoo. So we will create one new linked list. It's the same. If you know how to create one list, creating the all other lists are the same. So you have to follow the same thing. Go to the site actions, go to the site contents, add an app, and instead of context, you will select the links, and then you will click on create. We'll do the same here. Go here, go to the site, and site actions, site contents, and add an app. And we need links, right? Links is in here. Instead of searching all those, you should be able to type here links and search. See here, you got links in here only. So just click on that one. And I will say the website links or links websites. links to websites or company websites, whatever. Company website, just click on create. And in order to check that, you have to scroll down, links to the company websites. The created one is there in the site contents. Just click on that one. And you are having the only one column URL. And if you click on the new link, same thing. Adding the items is the same. Just click on the new link or just click on the items or new item. So it will not change throughout all the lists. So just click on new link here and just say google.com, and if you just click on save, you will see that URL there. See, instead I will just have the text like Google site instead of showing this link. So for that, just click on edit item. In order to edit the item, you have to go here. This is the ellipse, and click on edit item. And see here, type the description. If you type some description in here, then it will show it there. If you didn't type anything, then by default it will take the link. So Google site link. Just click save. Instead of URL, you are seeing the descriptive text now. So if you click on that one, it will go to the same place, google.com. And like that, you should be able to create any links. I will say bankofamerica.com. I'm just taking these two websites as the example for everything because almost everyone knows this. Bank of America website. Save. See here, if I click on this one, then I will go to the Bank of America. And this is how we should be able to create the lists. And now we will go on, we will see the another types of the list. This is the links list and the lists and spreadsheets. This is the good option. Lists and spreadsheets. If you are having one spreadsheet where you are having the rows and columns, those rows and columns you should be able to export to the SharePoint as the SharePoint list. You should be able to show all those rows and columns in SharePoint as the SharePoint list. Now we will work on it, how to do that. First, we will have the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet content should be able to upload to the SharePoint as the SharePoint list. So in order to do that, we are having the, just like the contacts app and links app, we are having the import spreadsheet app. Using that, you should be able to import the spreadsheet. So we will work on it. First, I am going to create one spreadsheet first. For example, I'm having one spreadsheet. And in that spreadsheet, Just give me 1 minute. Contact list. So okay, this is also the spreadsheet which I created earlier, and this is having the 3 columns: customer number, customer name, address. And this spreadsheet I should be able to import to the SharePoint so that all these things will be displayed in SharePoint along with the columns as well. So I will add your names as well in here for just for the practice. So do some test address. And 1, 2, whatever. So just save it to your drive, local drive. Save as customer list, customers list. Just click on save, and now we should be able to upload that in SharePoint just by going to the same place: site contents, site actions, site settings, site contents. And I told you the import spreadsheet option, add an app. Just click on add an app as usual. Why? Because that one also the list. And if you know the name, you should be able to search it here, or else you should be able to find it in the list of the available options. See here, import spreadsheet is there. Just click on it and just name it any name. Contact list, contacts list. And some number. Why? Because I might have already created with this name. So let's see. Click on browse. Here you should be able to browse your spreadsheet. Just click on browse. And in the desktop, I got the spreadsheet somewhere. Contacts list. Customer list. Customers list, I guess. This is the one. Yes, this is the one we created. And click on import. And it's asking me to log in one more time so that extra security. So you have to select this one. Range of cells, and you have to select that, and then just click on import. See here, you got everything in here. Everything which is there in the spreadsheet, starting from Sindhu to X9, all the 30 rows, and in SharePoint, are there in SharePoint. And once you do that, then you should be able to edit. If you want to edit something like some address, just click on the ellipse and edit item. And you should be able to do anything. You should be able to do anything here. Click on save. So let's change it here. So like that, you have to work with the import spreadsheet option. Import spreadsheet option. So once I give you the site and all those things, material and the steps, you should be able to practice that. Don't worry on that one. Custom list. We should be able to create the custom list as well. So today we will discuss the custom list, and then we will discuss the other things in the next class. So custom list is the last thing today. So just give me 1 minute break, 2 minutes. Okay, great. Here the description itself saying if the currently available SharePoint list didn't meet your requirement, then you should be able to create your own custom list. So there are different types of the lists are there in SharePoint, which I will give you as the part of the practice, as we already discussed the 3 different lists, so that you should be able to practice the remaining things. But custom list, if none of the lists meet our criteria, then you should be able to create your own list. How to do that? So how to do that? Let me write it down, the steps here, and I will give you these notes so that you should be able to practice. Custom lists. We're creating one, so we'll just say list. And okay, requirement here. Yeah. If you want to have the order specific information, for example, order number, order name, order quantity, and price, and buyer, okay. If I want to have all these columns, there is nothing in SharePoint list. So for that, I have to create my own list for this requirement. Order number, order name, order quantity, price, buyer, and some address, whatever address. So here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. For these 7 columns, I will create the list. In order to create the list, you will go to the same place, create the custom list. To create the custom list, you will go to the same place, site contents, site actions, site contents, add an app, and from the available apps, we will have the custom list app as well. So you will select the custom list, and then we have to add the columns. Why? Because custom list by default will not have any columns. So first we will go there and then we will discuss regarding the columns. First we will perform this one. We will create the custom list first. So in order to create the custom list, just go to the site actions, site content, same place, and add an app. Add an app. And see here, your custom list app is there. So just click on that. And name it order custom list. You should be able to name it anything. So custom list orders. Just click create. And if you click on custom list orders, you will not see any columns. Only the title column is the default in SharePoint. So other than that, you will not see any columns. I need 7 different columns to create. These 7 different columns to create. So create columns. Create columns. In order to create the column, there are different types of the columns. Order number is the number column. Order name is the description. Order quantity is again the number. And price is the price column. Currency column. And buyer is the person. And address is the multi-text column. So there are different types of the columns which we can create. So create columns. These columns, order 1 is the number. Order name is the description or text. Text. Order quantity is again the number. And the price is the currency. Currency type, this is the type of the column. So currency type column. Buyer is the person. And address is the multi-line text column. So we have to create these many columns here. So in order to create the column, go to the list first. Go to the list, means the custom list, which you created. This is the custom list which you created. If you are not there, then just click on the site actions and site contents and click on the customer list orders. Custom list orders. And in order to create the column, just click on the list tab. So click on list tab. So this notes will be there with you. So yeah, you should be able to practice. And let me go to the site. Click on the list tab. See here, you got create column. Click on create column. Click on create column. See here, there are different types of the columns are there. So for all the 7 types, you should be able to select the different types like single line, multi-line text, and currency is there, and for the person and group is there for the buyer information, and like that we are having hyperlink or picture column. So all these are the type of the column. So number. So first one, this is the external data. We will discuss this later, but first we'll create all these 7 columns. the first column, order number, is going to be the number. So it's number column. So go here and order number and just select the number here and just click OK. Just click OK. I will discuss about all these options once we created this. See here, order number column is there now. And like that, you should be able to create the other columns. Just click on create column here. And what is our second column? Order name is the column text, and single line text will be enough for that one. So order name and single line of text is okay. Just click OK. Order name, and like that you create the order quantity is number again. Order quantity number again. Select the number and click OK. And then give me 1 minute. What is the next step? Price is the currency. Price column I'm creating now. Click on create column, price and currency, and click OK. And what is the next step of the column? Buyer. Buyer is the person. Copy, create column. Buyer is the person or group. Just click OK. See, all columns which I am creating is coming here. And last column is the address. Address column. Create column. Address. It's multi-line text. There are 6 lines. Click OK. So see here, we got all the 7 columns which we created, and you should be able to fill the information just as usual by clicking on the new item, or just by clicking on the items and new item. So you will get all the created columns once also here. See, order number is there, order name is there, order quantity is there, price is there, buyer and address. And by default title is the required column. And if you want to make the required column to any of this, while creating the column, you should be able to do that. While creating the column, or once you created also, you should be able to make it. Required this column contains the information. You have to say S. If you say S, then you will get that required field. So how to do that for the already created ones? For already created ones, you will just go to the first. Before going to do that, I will show you. If I click on new item and if I click on save, so title is required field. For that, I will just put 1 and just save. It will save the information. Why? Because all other columns are not required columns. So if you want, you should be able to make it. In order to do that, go to the list settings. And in the list settings, you will get the columns which we created here. There you should be able to create the column. You should be able to click on the column, order number, and you should be able to change that. Required this column contains the information. Just click OK. And if you go to the customer orders, and if I click on the items and the new item, or new item, see here, you got the asterisk mark here for the required field. And if you put the title and then click on save, it will say you can't leave this blank. So like this, you should be able to add the required fields. And we will discuss more on the how to display all these columns and how to display these lists, all the lists in the page content in future classes, and how to filter the columns and show the different views. For each list in SharePoint, you should be able to create the different views. If there are 100 columns rows, then you should be able to display only 3 columns to the user. That is the view. And you should be able to filter the thing which user need. For that, you should be able to create another view. So those views we will discuss in the next class. And here we will